Hello Sagittarius, welcome to the Esoteric Empire and welcome to the end of your July 2021. So we're going to see what messages are coming out for all Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node, okay? So being that those are a lot of placements for a lot of different people, this may or may not be the reading for you. If this is not the reading for you, go check out your other placements within the channel and see if those resonate with you a bit more. Alright, hopefully you guys have been doing well. Shout out to all the Sagittariuses. Okay. Memories of love. Okay, so you guys got the same energy as Scorpio. Alright, but hopefully this reading or this message is a little bit more positive. So we have memories of love. Okay, so I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I think we're going to see how this relates to the end of your July. I don't know if y'all can hear that bird, but I feel like that's some sort of sign or something. So anyways, so we have the Six of Wands in reverse. So during this time, I kind of feel like you're not going to be in the limelight. Okay, now this could be good, right? It gives you time to really fix something or to work on something that you don't want necessarily to be brought out into the public just yet. Okay, so this is a very interesting combination. So we have two sixes here, right? So this is like about yourself. So during this time, I do see you having an upgrade. You have to put in a little bit of effort for this though, right? But when it comes to your creative abilities, your talents, or your career, or your passions, you are going to see some sort of upgrade if you are actively trying to put some work into it, okay? So sometimes even when you try, there's like, there's no results, within things. But during this time, this is going to be a really good time for you to really try to fix something or try to elevate something within that part of your life, okay? It is encouraged for you to do so. Okay. It looks like you're trying to work on some things before it's being brought to the public or before it's in the limelight. Alright, so this is a good energy to have. Obviously, it could be a little bit better, but adjustment means that you're getting along with the things that need to be dealt with, okay? So we have a lot of things here. I feel like some of you guys are working through like a past relationship, or how can I put this? It's like you're dealing with something that did not last, something that is unorthodox, or something that it's just not the norm for you. And then there's also this energy of you wanting to offer, be there for someone emotionally, and create this really balanced energy within a relationship. But I feel like this relationship is not something that is normal for you, or maybe you're not the relationship type, or maybe this person is not your normal type. I don't know what this is, but it looks like you're adjusting to something new, and the energy looks good, but it looks like you're adjusting to it for some reason. So maybe you just got out of a relationship, or it kind of looks all over the place. But I feel like it's a good thing for you, I think. It looks like with the Six of Pentacles, right? Like, that's a beautiful card. Like, it really doesn't get much better than that when it comes to relationships, as far as like, is it balanced? Are you guys serving each other in the best way possible? Are you guys both benefiting from this? The answer is yes, you're both benefiting, but it is a very unorthodox situation. I also see that this is an indicator that you guys are not official or not married or something like that, but it's working out, or you're adjusting to that, or maybe this person tells you that they don't want to get married, or they're not really looking for anything too serious yet. I don't know what this is, but it looks like it's the beginning stages or something, and you're getting used to it. Yeah, like it kind of looks like that's it. Like you're getting used to that, or you're getting used to a new dynamic. Okay, so let's see if there's any signs showing up. So it's I feel like maybe you have to read between the lines or something, because what I'm seeing is very simple, but the other cards on top of that seem a little bit more deep than what I'm seeing. There's more to it than what meets the eye, okay? So I don't know if that saying means anything to you, but maybe look into that, and I don't know. Okay, so there is quite a few signs that are popping up for you. So we do have some Capricorn energy that you could be dealing with. This is also the World card. So this is like a new chapter for you, which would explain why the Hierophant came up in reverse. It's like a whole new thing for you. Okay, and then we have the Six of Cups, Scorpio. So if you're dealing with the Scorpio, this could be someone you've already been dealing with, but maybe they're totally different. So maybe this is an ex from like years prior. And then we have Aries, Gemini, and Taurus, okay? So I feel like if one of these are the people that you're dealing with, this energy of this person seems to be someone that you've taken a long time to get to know, but you guys have made very slow progress on progressing this relationship. Okay, so maybe this is somebody you've known as a friend first and then it became something more. There's just so many different things that this could be, but the World card was sticking out the most with that Saturn energy and or Capricorn energy. But it just looks like there's a whole new take on something. There's a whole new chapter that you're embarking on. And that's what that upgrade is. And you have to adjust because it's new, it's different, but I think it feels fresh, it feels good to you. Let's see how this person feels. Okay, so this person feels wealth and torment. Okay, so I feel like there's something more that they want, or something more that they want to tell you. I'm also getting the message that they want you to tell them something, like they're expecting you to say something, but they don't want to come out and ask you about it or something like that. And then we have the Wealth card. This is the Virgo energy card. So there's a lot of stability. I think that they are hopeful that things will turn out really well. Okay, so interesting cards here. I think both of you guys there's feelings hidden behind what you guys are showing, but I think at the same time, maybe it's just like good nerves, or you know, like how you can be nervous but in a good way for something. Maybe that's what this is, because at this point it's like, why are the cards showing up as good but there's like still nervous energy? I'm not sure what that's all about. So yeah, right now it looks like you're focused kind of on, it's like a love situation behind the scenes, because with the Six of Wands in reverse, this is something that is not really being exposed, or it could be something that's not supported by people around you, but it's almost like no one knows about it. It's like, it's fresh, it's new, nobody has to know, I don't know, like, okay. So what you're moving towards is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there's either a bad investment or there's some money that has to be paid or something like that. So let's kind of see what this is. I feel like someone makes a wrong turn or something like that. It's like they give you information, but it's not true, or they didn't do enough research, or they didn't fact check or something. And it could be involving money or a job, okay, or like a social setting. Okay, so in the future, or what you're going towards, I think you should be careful on what information or what information you're getting from a source or whatever. Like whoever this person is, it's not, I don't think they're out to get you. I think it's like a friend or something like that. Yeah, it doesn't look like a romantic thing. It looks like a friend or somebody that you used to work with or something like that. Just be careful and like fact check what they're talking about, because it just seems like they're not trying to mess you up, but they didn't do all of the fact checking and research, and so that may come back to bite you in the ass. Okay, looks like they give you information on money, on how, not just money, but like how to invest, or like your home or something like that, or like a price or quotes or something, but it's not correct. So just be very careful on what this is. It could also be about a family matter, like your savings, or like where you're supposed to put your money or something like that. So just be very careful. Let me see what their intentions are just to make sure. We do have deception, so this person most definitely is lying to you. So okay, now I see that this is someone who really is just like, I don't want to say out to get you, but this person definitely is just not being truthful. Okay, so now let's see who this person could be. Right. Who's lying to Sagittarius? Sun, moon, or rising? Okay, so we do have Leo energy here. This is Leo sun, moon, or rising. Now the Five of Wands is here, so this could be a Leo that you normally have issues with, or someone that you struggle with, or you're very competitive with. So yeah, I mean, from what it looks like, it definitely could be a family member, because there's a lot of pentacle energy here. Like this whole energy is pentacle. So what I'm seeing is it could be someone in your family or a friend. Okay, so they're not being honest about something that they saw, or something that it's like they won't acknowledge something that they saw. They're not over something. Something's been bugging them, but they won't tell you what this is. It's almost like they they just feel like, okay, well, I'll just figure it out myself. Don't worry about it. So there's something that's bothering them, but they won't tell you, or they feel like they shouldn't tell you, or something like that. So, I'm not sure how this relates to you, but I will say that whatever this person tells you, it's not that it messes you up, but I feel like it makes you feel like you should have did something differently, or you should have like moved a different way. It's almost like, okay, if someone says, are you okay, you know, and then the other person is like, yeah, I'm fine, like everything's okay, I'm not upset with you, but in the back of their mind they really are, or they just feel weird about you or something like that. That's what I'm getting. So it's not that they're like lying to you, but it's like they don't want to talk about how they truly feel, or what they're thinking, or what they saw. And then we have the Lovers in reverse to clarify this. So it looks like this could either be like, you know, an argument within a relationship, or it definitely could be like a downfall in a relationship. What I'm seeing is it's like someone doesn't want to acknowledge what they're feeling, and it's only growing. It's only making this person feel like there's something that they need to address, but they don't know how to, or they just won't. They won't speak up about it. So to be fair, I don't really think this has anything to do with you. It's more about them. Like, they have to speak up, they have to speak their mind, but they don't feel like they should. Okay, so the way that you feel when you realize that this person is maybe not being truthful about something, you don't feel happy about it, and I think you're trying to find answers. You're like, what is going on? Like, what's up with this? It's not like you're forcing the answer, but you definitely are curious about it. I don't really know where all of this is coming from, and I also don't know why this is such a big part of your reading, but it is what it is. So I'm sure this will play out and you'll start to understand more of what this is. Okay, so the person wants to tell you, but they won't say it out loud. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So it looks like this person is feeling like there's something that is being hidden from them, or they feel like there's something not being told to them. Okay, so they could just have feelings about it, but they don't have any proof, so they don't want to talk about it. Or they maybe did see something and it made them feel uncomfortable, but they don't feel comfortable enough to tell you about it. So it kind of looks like, yeah, since this is a fresh situation, maybe it's just like the first argument, or maybe it's the first like disagreement. I don't know what this is, but apparently it has like a big enough impact to stand out in your reading. But maybe this is like you guys' first way of breaking through a certain way of communicating, or something like that. So I am seeing that the remedy, like when all of this happens, the remedy for it is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I think you guys should both take some time to kind of like just relax. I feel like there's an energy of needing to step away from the details and just look at the bigger picture, okay? Also, if you guys have been just focusing on one little thing, or just like focusing really hard on something, it's time to kind of like have some fun instead of like working so much, if that makes sense. It's like a very tense energy, and I feel like it needs to be released. Working hard and things like that. But when it's in reverse, it's saying you need to loosen up. You know, like, let's make the energy more light, something like that. So even with this card coming up, this tells me that the situation that you guys are going through is really not that big of a deal. It just means that somebody's tense, like the energies have been kind of tough lately, especially in the transits, you know, within astrology. And I just feel like this is just a time where you guys have to really come to terms and just laugh about it and just kind of like get over it, you know. We have the Star and we have the Ten of Cups. So I think a way that you can really ease this situation that's happening is to remember, like, what is the point of you guys even talking? What's the point of you guys being together? What's the point, like, what is the true meaning of you guys being together, you know? Because then whatever that situation is will really just kind of fly out of the window. So I think it's encouraged for you guys to, I think why it's showing up this strongly in your reading is because this is something that you guys have to go through so that you're able to move forward, you know, and it's going to bring you guys closer. Unless this was just like a whole betrayal situation, but I don't think it's that serious. I think it's just a matter of someone having feelings about something or thinking one way, and then you know, just keeping it bottled in, you know. So there's just some communication things that have to be resolved here. But honestly, there's so much happiness here and there's so much wish fulfillment. I think if you guys talk about what you guys want out of the relationship and you just kind of talk about like why you guys are together, why this connection is so important, it'll really ease the mind of that other person and make you guys both feel comfortable again. Honestly, this situation for this time period, I want to say it's not like a big deal, but it's not. Like, compared to the other messages I've been getting, like Sagittarius, your bad situation is like really good. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of like everything is going so good. I guess this reading was like, well, we have to find one thing that they could be working on during this time. So maybe it's the communication. Maybe it's just this relationship that seems to be like a really big focal point of your life. Yeah, and then we have the Queen of Wands. So once this happens, it's really like, just be bold, just have fun, stand out, maybe try some new things with this person, be adventurous. And then I'm also hearing sexy time. So get sexy if that's what you gotta do, honey, okay? I just feel like there's a need for things to just be a little bit more like easygoing and fun-loving. Like, there's no real issues here. I swear, there's no issues here. I think it's just a matter of like, within love, like what the Lovers card talks about, it's the ups and downs within a relationship. So it's kind of like if you guys are having these really minimal type of issues, it just kind of shows like the progression of how this relationship is starting to become something more than what it was already. But as long as you can fix the situations and they're not becoming like a major problem, then everything's okay. It really is just like you getting to learn this person a little bit more. You get to see like how they deal with things, or maybe like how you deal with things, and you know, you're seeing if you guys are more and more compatible. You know what I mean? What's the outcome? Oh. Okay, so we have an end to despair. So things are not going to be as sad as they were before. Beautiful. We have illusion. All right, so I kind of feel like somebody just mesmerizes you or something like that, or you guys just, I don't know what this is. I have a feeling that maybe it's the transits that is kind of interrupting the situation, because the transits have been doing some really major things lately, and so maybe it's just translating into old things popping up or something like that, you know, because a lot of things are in retrograde. And then we have Ace of Air here, so I just feel like a conversation is going to be had and then it's going to be squashed. Like, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Emotions are not going to be flaring or anything like that. So honestly, I think it's going to turn out for the best. I would just say, just if you notice that someone's not being truthful, just kind of ask them like what's going on, you know, because I just feel like they just don't know how to be truthful. Not to say that they're lying, but it's like they don't know how to express themselves when they have a thought or when they have a feeling that may be negative. So they just feel like, well, it's better just keep my mouth closed. So I don't think they're out to get you. I just think it's more of a situation where they need to learn to communicate better. So we have the Ten of Wands as your advice. So I believe this is saying work smart, not hard, okay? So instead of going the hard way or struggling to do something, try to find the easiest way or the most efficient way to get something done, okay? So, and also keep your energy to yourself. Like, don't just have all of your energy just going ablaze and just, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but you don't want to overwork yourself within this time period, which is why I feel like everything in this time period was very like just focused on one thing, one focal point, fixing that and then moving on to something else instead of just trying to do all these things at one time. So yeah, at this time it's going to be a very chill end of the July for you. Honestly, like, there's nothing really to worry about here. I think for a lot of you, it's really going to be something you're going to be laughing about next month. So it really doesn't even matter. But yeah, so that has been your reading, Sagittarius. A very interesting one. If you like what you heard, please leave a thumbs up. If you want to schedule a reading with me, please email me lovefromaleo@gmail.com, and I'll send you my price list as well as my booking schedule for you so you can know when you can get your reading done. If you want to support the channel, please comment on this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it to someone that you believe needs to see this message. Also, if you would like to donate to the channel, I do have the Cash App and PayPal for the channel down below in the description box. All support is greatly appreciated. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye, Sag.